Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here with me today. So, basically, I wanted to talk to you about the H-1B season because it's starting soon. I'm going to start with the basics. What do you need to know? So, the H-1B, the lottery happens once a year, and timing is critical. The H-1B is a two-step process, and the first step is the lottery, which the registration window this year runs from March 4th through March 19th. Selections are typically announced around April 1st. If you are selected, we have it until June to file the full petition. If approved, you can begin employment at October 1st, 2026, right? So emphasizing lottery opens once a year and it starts March 4th. So don't miss out that window. If not, you're only going to be available to join that opportunity next year. But what is the H-1B? The H-1B is a non-immigrant work visa for specialty occupations. It is designed for positions that require at least a bachelor's degree or the equivalent of 12 years of experience. You also need to have a job offer to work here in the United States. The H-1B visa is valid for 6 years, so you can request an initial 3 years and an extension of three more. And you can always recapture any days that you spend outside of the US. The H-1B is a beautiful visa because it's one of the few that allows dual intent. What does dual intent means? It means that you can work temporarily in the United States and you can still pursue a permanent residency, a green card route without jeopardizing your H-1B status. It's a good visa and protects you a lot if later your intent is to become a resident here. Another benefit of the H-1B is that you are allowed to have dependents and they can benefit holding H-4 visas. So your children can go to school. However, spouses cannot work, but they are allowed to be here in the US with you while you pursue your temporary employment. Okay. I want to go back a little bit into the two-step process of the H-1B and talk a little bit more about the lottery this year because there's a lot of changes into the process. Okay, so the program got some updates. Basically, we still have 85,000 spots on the lottery. 65 is a regular cap, and 20,000 is reserved for U.S. master's degrees holders, which means if you do have a U.S. master, you still have higher chances of being selected. So take on that opportunity. So you pass twice at the lottery under the master's cap and under the regular cap. Another thing that changed this year is that it's not only that analysis that will base the selection process. This year, the lottery became a salary based selection. So, a salary based selection is that the lottery now weights wage levels. Okay. So, the higher the wage level, you may improve your selection odds. And I have been seeing a lot of clients being discouraged because they think, oh, but I don't have that of a high salary to be selected. So, I'm not even going to pursue that opportunity. That's wrong. It's where legal strategy matters. Legal strategy can make a difference. It's not only the amount of your salary, because the wage level selection involves a lot of things that we can develop on a legal strategy, such as position, location, duties. It's an individual case by case analysis, and that's where CFR law can make a difference in your case and increase your selection rate. Okay. Great. So another thing I've been hearing a lot is that no, I'm not gonna do that because that visa is the $100,000 visa. So my employer will never pay that. So I'm not even gonna join the lottery. Well, that's true. This administration implemented a $100,000 fee under the presidential proclamation. Okay. However, the fee only applies in certain cases. So, for example, if you're here in the United States under an F-1 visa and you're pursuing a change of status, that fee is not applied to you. So that's a huge benefit for you to take advantage on. There's also certain exemptions, a national interest exemption, that we can request them to analyze their case. Of course, it's under the discretion of the government, but we can try. Also, that fee is only paid after the lottery. So if you're not selected, right, that's not even an option for you. So that's why we incentivize people to joining the lottery, regardless of that. And then later, if you are selected, we can decide on what to do. Okay. So again, it does not apply for change of status. If you're here in the United States with any non-immigrant visa and you want to do a change of status, you're exempt from that visa. Now, you have to continue here under that change of status until the proclamation is lifted. Because if you travel and you want to obtain that visa stamp, you're going to trigger the 100,000 fee at the consulate. But we can keep monitoring as proclamations are temporary. Perfect. So, what I want to talk about too is that given all those changes on the $100,000 fee and the wage selection process, we are expecting fewer applicants, which means lower competition, which can increase selection probability. Okay. Another point that I want to touch on, because a lot of your clients were here on TPS, right? And that program ended. And right now they have a pending change of status given the ban on adjudication, right? For certain countries, including Venezuela. So let's say you did your change of status for an F1 and you are waiting on adjudication and we have a ban. We incentivize you joining the lottery if you have an employer, okay? Because the lottery only opens once a year for 2 weeks. And let's say your change of status that's pending gets approved soon, you can benefit from changing your status to a work visa. So you can work here starting October 1st. It's better to apply and have the option of pursuing that than miss out the opportunity entirely. Okay. So I just want to touch on a few key takeaways from today, which is very important. So registration runs from March 4th to the 19th. So if you are interested in pursuing, contact us so we can develop the strategy and be ready for those 2 weeks this year. Okay. Selection results around April 1st, we will know. Petition filing deadline, June 2026. Start date of the H-1B, October 1st, 2026. Still 85,000 total spots, 20,000 spots saved for master caps. Salary level matters, but it's a strategy, not amount. So strategic planning is very critical. So if you are considering H-1B for 2026, now is the time to act. Waiting until last minute limits the options. H-1B today is not just luck. It's preparation, it's positioning. So don't miss the opportunity and contact us. Schedule a consult now before the lottery starts. You can see our information here at the bottom, but feel free to email, call us, and we are here to assist you on immigration matters. Thank you.
Do you want to do any questions?
Do we have it?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. We can take questions.
Yes. So,
Sorry, forgot about the question.
no worries. So we have Ana Medina Fernandez from Instagram, but H-1B has a fee of 100K. So what can you say to these people that think that yes, the 100K might affect employers, but what is the exception, Maria?
Well, so as I said, the 100K, it exists. The proclamation is in effect. But if you are here under another non immigrant visa, for example, a student visa, and you're pursuing the H-1B as a change of status, that fee is not applicable to you as long as you are here in the US, right? So it's an exception of the $100,000 fee. We can also explore national interest exemptions. We can contact them, explain the nature of your work and why you merit the national interest exemption. And it's under the discretion of the government to waive the $100,000 fee or not.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maria. And then we have another one from the Flying Gocho 07 on Instagram. Can I participate as a Venezuelan citizen?
Of course, you can get into the lottery. The ban does not apply to the lottery. So join it. Don't miss out those 2 weeks. Okay. And if you are selected, we can still file your case, even if the lottery is still in effect. They might not adjudicate, but at least you got the opportunity, you got your case filed in time. And when they approve it, you'll be counted against the cap if your case is approved, of course. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I hope I brought some light from clients pursuing the H-1B. It's an amazing opportunity. I had the visa myself, so I really recommend it. And that's it. Thank you. Have a good night.